You're watching WXOW in HD with Dustin Lukey and Brittany Lake. This is Daybreak from La Crosse's own News 19.
A lot of tricks that were learned by making mistakes in other projects.
A handcrafted touch to help healing parents. We'll introduce you to the La Crosse man putting his woodworking skills to an unusual use. Good morning, everyone. It's 6:30. I'm Dustin Lukey.
And I'm Brittany Lake. Some may call it a forgotten skill. Some of you maybe learned it in shop class back in school. Some do woodworking as a trade or a hobby. Around 3000 BC, the ancient Egyptians created chairs, tables, and beds with wood.
Certainly a skill with some history. The craft has evolved throughout the years, and while it takes time to build anything out of wood, one La Crosse man is proving that time and timing is all he needed to make a one-of-a-kind handmade item for parents going through the toughest time of their lives.
This backyard wood shop is where Mark Madison takes time to perfect his pieces.
See the little R here in the lines? You don't want to see that.
A retired veterinarian from La Crosse, he's always found spare time to build.
So. A lot of tricks that were learned by making mistakes in other projects.
His passion started at a young age.
I was allowed to do anything I wanted to do as long as it was with hand tools. I remember Dad brought home a whole bag of new nails, and I went out to a tree and put every nail in the tree. And he wasn't sure if he should be mad at me or that I was getting skills for hammering.
Skills he didn't think he would put to use quite like this.
So basically you're making a box.
Mark is making caskets for babies. He takes his time, not knowing when they will get used, but knowing they are needed.
There are 750,000 to 1 million miscarriages in this country every year.
Marie Walter helps families through the grieving process with a program at Gunderson Health System called Resolve Through Sharing.
One of the loneliest times of their lives, we walk shoulder to shoulder with them and try to help them through the process by providing compassionate care as well as mementos.
It's at that time that Mark's timing was meant to be. A week after a friend gave him a truckload of extra wood, Mark was coincidentally asked to do this.
There's so many things that are coincidental in your life. I mean, a whole lot of things. And you can think back, why? I don't think there's any, I don't really worry about coincidence much. If it happens and you're there, you're just so lucky that you had the time. Someone knew you did the work. Someone gave you the wood knowing you did things like this, like the ARC project or the little farm building projects. Everything was put into place by what you do with your life.
And now he can give something to someone going through the same pain he once went through. He and his wife lost a child years ago. With time, they healed, and Mark hopes he can help other families heal too.
The last little latch, I think that's a nice touch.
A handmade piece made with a touch of love and care at a tough time. Mark volunteers all his time doing this, and there are other people that are involved as well. Women who make those little outfits and shoes you saw. Some are made out of old wedding dresses that have been donated. There are events that take place every year to help the families who have lost their babies.
Yeah, coming up in October, it's Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, and Gunderson Health System holds a walk to remember those babies lost, and the public is invited to attend that event coming up October 7th at Copeland Park. Or in your own home, you can light a candle and let it burn for at least an hour that day as a way of remembering the babies lost and a way to honor the parents as well.
And Gunderson's Resolve Through Sharing program that I mentioned is internationally known. They've been helping people through their grief since 1981.